No joke out the bullpen, bringing nothing but heat, leave you hanging like clothespins. He's a beast when he goes in, ice cold frozen. The first round draft pick, number one chosen. Drop bombs, explosion.
You gotta love Donald Trump. In the midst of an assassination attempt against his life, he seizes up the opportunity to say, fight, stand strong, the American people. He's definitely got some Trump bombs per the song in that. And I am proud to be a supporter of Donald Trump. I am proud to stand here before you and tell you that I support that man for the next president and in his prior presidency, because we've got some strong stamina. They are after his life. They are after his livelihood. They are after his money. They are after his family. They're trying to put him behind bars. The deep state does not like Donald J. Trump, which tells me all the more that I am going to vote and stand by this man. I am going to vote for him. I'm going to encourage everyone I know to vote for this man because they don't like something about him. They tried a JFK-style assassination on this man. And you know what's interesting is all the questions that are surrounding what is going on right now. Take a look. For starters, I want to show you something that Joe Biden said on July 8th, right? And this will just sting us to the very core, but this is on Politico, and it's Defiant Biden tells donors, we're done talking about the debate. And here's what he says specifically, quote, I have one job, and that's to beat Donald Trump. I'm absolutely certain I'm the best person to be able to do that. So we're done talking about the debate. It's time, he says, to put Trump in a bullseye. Put Trump in a bullseye, and just days after that, Donald Trump is literally in a bullseye. I mean, for freaking well over years, they have been painting Donald Trump as a Nazi. They've been calling him a threat to our freedom, a threat to democracy. Maxine Waters has been out there saying Trump supporters are in the hills with guns and they're getting ready, and just all these lies that they've been broadcasting. What the hell did they think was going to happen? And of course, it was a lone shooter that went after Donald J. Trump. I mean, I'm not surprised at the fact of what happened, because I predicted this would happen, and this is exactly what happened. And the reason that I predicted it is because this is what the left has been beckoning for. When you call somebody a Nazi, what do you think? I mean, seriously, this is some insane stuff. And in fact, the guy, we now have information on the guy who shot Donald J. Trump, and he's a young man, by the way, and this is on NY Post. Thomas Matthew Cook's would-be assassin who shot former President Trump. Now, here's the information that we have on the man, right? The murderer. Crooks, he's 20 years old. He was on the roof of a manufacturing plant over 130 yards away. I'm going to get into that in a moment, but it's really terrifying considering Secret Service didn't clear that particular area. But anyway, immediately after he began shooting, Secret Service snipers took the 20-year-old out. He was shot in the head, by the way. He was found with an AR-style semi-automatic assault rifle and was wearing a shirt for the popular gun YouTube channel Demolition Ranch, which has over 11 million subs. Now, I don't know much about that particular YouTube channel. That was a YouTube channel that he was apparently watching to get gun lessons, if you will. But literally, he almost shot our president in the head. But what we do know is Pennsylvania police are surrounding Donald Trump shooter Thomas Matthew's home, blocking off access. All of this is on New York Post. Then we have the dad of the Trump supporter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So the dad has come out. He's keeping quiet. He's not saying anything other than he's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And that is the question. And before I move on any further, I want to say that I am praying for Donald Trump, the family, and also for the families that there was another young man, a Trump supporter, who got shot and died. And my heart is going out to you and the family. And I believe another Trump supporter was injured as well from the multiple shots that were fired by this crook murderer. And he is a murderer because he did murder people in the crowd. He murdered one and injured another, and then of course injured our hopefully soon to be president again. But there's a lot of questions surrounding this 130 yards away and why the Secret Service didn't give him more detail. I've got a lot of questions that are being raised that I want to share and put out there to you guys, because we sure the hell don't want this happening. Again, for starters, let's talk about the sniper, where his location was. Snipers shot former President Donald Trump from 130 yards away on the roof of a manufacturing plant. Now let's get into some of these pictures here. Here's a picture, and that piece right in the middle there is the stage, and I can kind of zoom in a little more. There's a little zoomed in. So that little circle, I'll circle it right here. That's the stage of where Donald Trump was at. You can see the counter sniper team was behind him. That's also circled there. And then in the far left-hand corner of the screen, that is the roof that the shooter was on. I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can kind of see it in this picture here. So you see the 3 red circles on the screen. You have the alternate location where the Secret Service was. You can see that there. And then you have Trump on stage. They show that there very clearly. And then you can see the sniper, the shooter right there on the top. That's where he was killed at. That's where he was. But he had a direct line of sight to the president. The question therein lies, why the hell didn't the Secret Service do something about it? And by the way, there was a ladder, and you can see that ladder here. This is where the shooter was. He climbed up this ladder. So that ladder was out in the open for everyone to see, right? So the question is, were they being incompetent, or were they just stupid, Secret Service? Did they make stupid moves? Because very clearly, this isn't far away from the venue and should have been cleared. It should have been cleared by the Secret Service, but it obviously wasn't. Or was this done deliberately? And these are the questions that a lot of people are asking. Dan Bongino, who I respect, he is a former Secret Service agent, right? So I'm going to listen to him on his thoughts on this. And here's what he says. I want to repeat and can absolutely confirm, he says, the USSS director, Kim Cheadle, has repeatedly turned down requests for a larger security footprint around President Trump, despite knowing the threat level is catastrophic, and he calls for her resignation. And I call for your resignation too, Kim, as well. USS Director Kim Cheadle must resign. She was warned about this, and she has repeatedly ignored the warnings. Hallelujah. This woman, by the way, and I'm not going to bring up all the posts, but she has made political comments that are on the other side of the fence. And she also did some stuff under Joe Biden when he was VP. But here she is, repeatedly turning down security detail. And look what happened as a result. She needs to resign. There's also this from DC Drainer, who got a scoop from a trained sniper, by the way. And this is what the trained sniper said. That whole thing was an effing failure. The Secret Service got there slow. The SWAT team got there slow. And why the F did they keep him on stage? He should have been off there in 2 seconds. Yet they stand him up for what? To give the shooter another shot? Look at the old Reagan assassination attempt. He was out of there in 0.2 seconds. Why didn't a drone pick him up? Why didn't another sniper pick him up? That's effing BS. Now I get it. Donald Trump put his moment out there to say fight, because that's the kind of man that he is, but he still should have been really sidelined, and he wasn't. So there's a lot of questions surrounding this. And I'm going to agree with this next statement here with Elon Musk. I've already said it and I believed it before, but Elon Musk is responding to Jack Posobiec. But Jack Posobiec says, how was a sniper with a full rifle kit allowed to bear crawl onto the closest roof to a sitting presidential nominee? Good question. And I agree with Elon Musk. Either extreme incompetence, DEI kind of higher, who knows, right? Extreme competence, or it was done deliberately. Either way, the SS must resign. And I think it's very clear off these pictures, why the hell wasn't that taken care of? Why wasn't it cleared? But here's where it gets even more crazy, right? How about the fact that that people in the audience were screaming, there's a gunman on the roof, telling them there's a guy on the roof yelling, screaming at Secret Service before the guy shot, and nothing was done about it. In fact, here is Secret Service engaging with the shooter there. Take a look at this. And this is on the Hodge twins. But question, why didn't they shoot him first? It's a good question to ask, but watch the engagement there.
And you know, that's a little bit old.
He's going to move his head.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look
There,
at what happened.
there it is. Ooh. Why didn't he shoot first? Why didn't he shoot first? He obviously saw something, right? But then there's this, and I want you to hear in this clip here, it shows the crowd spotting the shooter before the Secret Service took action. And what you can hear, and I really want you to listen closely, they're screaming, "He's got a gun!" Yelling before the shots are fired. Take a listen to this. Ready? He's on the roof. Then you hear the shots. He's got a gun. He's on the roof. Then you hear the shots. Huh. Interesting. And then there's this on the BBC report. Take a listen to this.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, "Hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle." And the police were like, "Huh, what?" Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, "Hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling." And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
Next thing you know, 5 shots rang out. Where the hell was the freaking Secret Service? He's sitting there yelling. They could have shot the guy. Oh, and by the way, information just came out on Fox News, and I'm going to show you. Would-be Trump assassin reportedly had explosive devices in the vehicle there. That's on Fox News. So reportedly he had a little bit more entailed. Now, Donald Trump has come out and thanked the Secret Service. He said, "Thank you to everyone for your thoughts and prayers yesterday, as it was God alone who prevented the unthinkable from happening," which God did. Now I'm going to get into that. This is going to floor you guys, by the way. "We will fear not, but instead remain resilient in our faith and defiant in the face of wickedness. Our love goes out to the other victims and their families." Amen to that. "We pray for your recovery of those who are wounded and hold in our hearts the memory of citizens who were so horribly killed in this moment. It's more important ever to stand united." And he also put this out where he thanks the United States Secret Service and the law enforcement for their rapid response. So Donald Trump has a real good heart about it. He truly does. But what's interesting is right before he was shot, he moved his head. This is divine intervention. Divine intervention. Take a look here. Trump's campaign manager, and this is on Daily Mail, Trump campaign manager reveals why the president moved his head before the gunman's bullet ripped through his ear. And the reason? He was trying to get a better view of the Jumbotron. Better view of the Jumbotron, according to that. So because he slightly moved his head, that saved his life. Now you want your mind blown? Take a watch.
And I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame.
I don't know who that man is. I can't vouch for any prophecies he's made prior or after that. But that clip was filmed 3 months ago. 3 months ago. He knew that. He got that message from God. That's a sign. That's a sign that God is who he says he is. And that also proves how powerful prayer can be. I think by the grace of God, Donald Trump is still alive. God obviously wants him here for something. So screw the left, who, by the way, is out there bad-mouthing the president. And there's literal stupid liberals out there screaming and being like, "Why did he miss?" What? I wouldn't wish that on anyone, those freaks out there saying that about president. I would be sad if that happened to Joe Biden or anyone, as much as I hate the guy. You never wish for the death of someone like that. But they've literally got them convinced that he's some kind of Hitler ushering in something that's not even real. What do you think's going to happen, you leftist freaking idiots? But it was exactly what I said. It was a lone wolf. Of course it's going to be. You've been calling for it. Mainstream media and all of that. What do they think's going to happen? He's Nazi. He's going to kill everybody. He's going to put people in camps. You have AOC out there saying, I'm going to be put in a camp. And Joe Reed, I think it was. No, Rachel Maddow. Whatever. I think it was Maddow. They're going to put me in a camp too and put all these immigrants in camps. Like, it's just BS. It's a straight up lie. And now that's here where we're at. Anyhow, I want to encourage you guys. We are going to be on Restrictive Republic. And it's exclusive to the audience on Restrictive Republic, but we're going to get a little bit more personal. It's just going to be, 20 minutes-ish Q and answer to be there for you guys on Restrictive Republic. And I want to encourage you guys, you're here on YouTube, get on over to Restrictive Republic. Go there now, subscribe, sign up. You get 14 days free. You can cancel whenever you want, by the way, but we're going to do a little bit more personalized, spend some time with the audience there in light of everything that is going on. And I hope that you guys will join us over there. You can use the coupon code. I'm going to bring it back for today, Trump47, and get it for $2.99 per month. Again, you can join and cancel whenever you want, 14 days free. So feel free to check us out over there, but use that coupon code and you can get it for that price for 3 years. But please come see us over there. It's more personalized. But anyway, I wanted to share all this information with everyone regarding what's going on, and just continue to keep Trump in your prayers. I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out, and hope to see you at restrictedrepublic.com.